Is your period blood color normal? Your period is similar to a report card as it gives you clues about your health and hormone balance. Heavy periods, spotting, and pink periods are all very common, but each one indicates something wrong about your hormone balance and overall health. Bleeding for more than 7 days, changing menstrual products every 2 hours, and passing clots that are larger than the size of a quarter are all signs of a heavy period, which is typically associated with excess estrogen. This is because too much estrogen can lead to an abnormally thick uterine lining, resulting in more prostaglandins being released when your uterine lining sheds and resulting in more pain. Certain foods are rich in lignans, which are compounds that can help support estrogen metabolism. This means they can help not only produce estrogen when it's too low, but also help flush out estrogen when there is too much. Lignans are found in foods like oats and sesames, but it's going to have the highest concentration in flax. Cruciferous veggies like broccoli, kale, and arugula all contain DIM, which is a compound that helps produce detoxifying enzymes in your liver, which can help your liver function properly, helping excrete estrogen efficiently. Matcha is also supportive for estrogen dominance as it helps reduce oxidative stress and inflammation through its high amounts of catechins and polyphenols. EGCG is the most well-known catechin in matcha, which helps inhibit the aromatase enzyme, which is responsible for converting androgens to estrogens, helping with estrogen dominance. Broccoli sprouts are also supportive as they are loaded with sulforaphane. This compound helps your liver produce detoxifying enzymes to help eliminate estrogen efficiently. This process works by converting potentially harmful substances like excess estrogen into water-soluble forms, helping it be easily excreted through urine or bile. When you have a heavy period, you lose lots of iron, which increases your chances of developing iron deficiency. Your body needs iron to produce hemoglobin, which helps your blood cells carry oxygen. So consuming foods that are going to help boost iron absorption and red blood cells is key. Foods like grass-fed beef, salmon, quinoa, lentils, and spinach are all going to be high in iron, but it's important to note that animal-based iron and plant-based iron are vastly different when it comes to the rate of absorption. Animal-based foods, aka heme iron, are going to be more bioavailable, which means you have a higher rate of absorption than plant-based foods, aka your non-heme iron food sources. Now, you can still consume plant-based iron, and it is still supportive, but it's important to just not solely rely on these foods. However, there is one vitamin that can be paired with plant-based iron to help improve iron absorption, and that's going to be vitamin C. Vitamin C is found in high amounts in fruits and veggies like red and yellow bell peppers, strawberries, kiwi, and citrus. Vitamin B12 and B9 help boost platelet counts, which are cells in your blood that are responsible for blood clotting. While vitamin B12 is solely found in animal-based foods like wild-caught salmon, eggs, and also tuna, vitamin B9 is found in a vast variety of fruits and veggies like asparagus, strawberries, and also Brussels sprouts. Vitamin A also helps produce red blood cells and is found in very high amounts in beef liver. This is the most bioavailable way to get in more vitamin A, but you can also get this nutrient through consuming foods that are rich in beta-carotene, like mangoes, carrots, and also squash. This is because beta-carotene actually converts to vitamin A in your body. Copper is another nutrient that helps your red blood cells access iron and utilize it properly, and is found in foods like sunflower seeds and cashews. Another nutrient that may be helpful for managing overall blood flow is going to be vitamin K, as it does play a role in blood clotting, and it's going to be found in high amounts in kale. Spotting for 1 to 2 days before your period or mid-cycle is a common sign of low progesterone. Progesterone's main function is to maintain your uterine lining, allowing an embryo to implant. When progesterone levels are too low, your uterine lining may not remain intact, leading to early shedding and also spotting before your period. Certain nutrients can help support progesterone production. 2 nutrients that are great examples is going to be magnesium and vitamin B6. Magnesium helps reduce stress and supports blood sugar, which are both vital for healthy progesterone levels. This nutrient is going to be high in foods like cashews, spinach, pumpkin seeds, and also sunflower seeds. Other foods like chicken, chickpeas, sweet potatoes, and squash are going to be rich in vitamin B6. This vitamin has been shown to improve fertility by 120% because of how supportive it is for ovulation. Ovulation needs to happen to produce progesterone, and vitamin B6 has also been shown to help improve the absorption of magnesium, making these 2 nutrients super effective for producing progesterone. Vitamin C is also supported for producing progesterone. A recent study has even shown that women with a luteal phase defect, which is a cycle imbalance caused by low progesterone, has had their progesterone levels increase by 77% when they consumed 750 milligrams of vitamin C daily for 3 months. Zinc is another critical mineral as it helps the FSH production. FSH is known as your follicle-stimulating hormone, as it stimulates the follicles in your ovaries to grow and mature. This helps get you ready for ovulation, which is when your egg is released. This is a super important event that needs to happen to produce progesterone because the empty follicle that released the egg actually transforms into a structure of cells called your corpus luteum. Your corpus luteum is responsible for producing progesterone in your luteal phase. Zinc is found in foods like grass-fed beef, oysters, pumpkin seeds, and also heart of palm. Healthy fats are essential building blocks for hormones, and a diet low in fat has been shown to contribute to hormone imbalances like low progesterone. Cholesterol, which is found in foods like egg yolks and grass-fed butter, is the precursor to pregnenolone, which is going to be responsible for producing progesterone. Next is a pink flow. Pink periods are typically caused by perimenopause, low estrogen, or even iron deficiency. Estrogen is oftentimes demonized in the hormone health space just because a lot of women already have too much estrogen being produced in their bodies, but there are some cases where some women are not producing enough, and estrogen is still super important for our health. Estrogen is not only important for fertility, cycle regulation, and libido, but it's also vital for bone health and cardiovascular health. When estrogen is too low, your uterine lining can become too thin, which is going to result in a lighter and a pink period. Being low in iron also makes it hard to produce red blood cells, which can be also a factor in a period that is pink. If you are low in iron, you will want to make sure you're boosting red blood cells by following some of the tips talked about earlier in this video, and there are actually more ways to improve iron absorption, which we'll go over. A couple other ways to improve iron absorption is to avoid pairing calcium with iron. So if you're consuming a big steak, you want to make sure you're not pouring a big glass of milk with it, as iron and calcium compete for the same receptor, which is going to make it hard for iron to be absorbed properly. Wine, tea, and coffee should also be avoided with iron-rich foods, as these are high in tannins, which also interfere with iron absorption. Lastly, a way to improve iron absorption is actually adding probiotic-rich foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, and also sourdough bread to your meals. Because low estrogen is a common factor to pink periods, let's talk about how to support estrogen levels naturally. While I am not a big fan of soy, organic and fermented soy like miso and tempeh could be supportive in small amounts for supporting balanced estrogen levels. However, I would make sure to just stick to these two food products if you are consuming soy, as many other processed food products have soy, especially ones that are labeled as vegetarian and vegan, and they're going to be very problematic for your hormone health. So try to avoid that as much as possible. Foods that are rich in boron, like avocados, apples, and also broccoli, may also be supportive for improving your estrogen levels. A study that was done on menopausal women has shown that when they consume more boron, their estrogen levels did increase. So this can be supportive if you are struggling with pink periods and low estrogen levels. Foods like lentils, oats, green peas, and pomegranate seeds are going to have phytoestrogens, which are compounds that help with regulating estrogen levels. Lignans are also a compound found in flaxseed and sesame seeds, which are also supportive for metabolizing estrogen levels. If you found this video useful, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to watch more videos just like this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified on when these videos are being released. Thank you guys so much for watching.